and welcome to another episode of Elevator Pitch. As always, here I am, Altair, and in front of me
is Hazel.
And next to me,
Andres.
woo! With the final installment of our theme of films with animals.
Yep.
We've already seen Free Willy.
Yep.
We already seen Underdog. And today,
that was a good one.
If you haven't listened to those episodes, please go and listen to them because they are really, really funny.
If we may say so
If
ourselves.
we may say so ourselves. And today is, Free Willy was Andres' pick. Underdog was Hazel's. And today is my pick with Beethoven's Second. If you are new to this podcast, welcome. Thank you for...
It's always good to have new listeners.
Exactly. And so what we do basically is that we introduce each other films that the other ones haven't seen before. We tell each other why we think the others should like it, and then we just rant about it a little bit.
Yeah. Basically, we pitch it to ourselves. We do a little pitch.
Yeah.
Hence the title.
Exactly. Everything has a reason.
Exactly. Not just a hack rack, my friend.
Exactly. So my pick was 1993's Beethoven's Second. This
What
is
a movie.
What a movie. This is a movie that
Why
I watched.
not Beethoven?
The
first one.
Because the first one, I didn't see that often, and two, I didn't see that often because it has like a dark storyline with the...
This also has a dark.
Yeah. But I think the first one is worse because the first one is like he is in a lab and there's like evil vet that basically wants to kill him.
No.
So and there's like a scene of the movie where
it's a shame you didn't pick that because I would have had so many parallels with Underdog, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
No, there's some funny scenes in the first movie, but the second one has also some interesting highlights that we're gonna discuss.
And the second one has more dogs because in the
true.
first one is only Beethoven, but in this one is Beethoven, his lover,
And his abandoned kids.
and his abandoned kids. So I'm gonna start with my elevator pitch,
Cool.
inspired by one of Hazel's thoughts on the movie. So it says, a lonely and horny Beethoven knocks a beautiful St. Bernard lady dog up, only to leave his puppies under the care of his family as he tries to run off with his lover, a situation that in Latin America we'd call day-to-day life.
It's funny.
It's funny because it's true. I think every
But the difference is that in Latin America, the father never comes back.
never comes back exactly.
And I guess Beethoven did eventually take care
It
of
was
his
like
family.
once he got in the sack again, once he had his time with his lover,
Exactly.
with his bow, then he was like, okay, I'm ready to be a father again.
Exactly, like that's a luxury that not a lot of kids in Latin America have. So, so in terms of my 5 reasons why I think you should like it, I packed 4 in just one,
Oh, wow.
and it is the puppies.
Oh.
Each puppy is a different
Is
reason.
a point.
Exactly why you should watch this movie. If you believe in love, like I don't anymore, I guess it's kind of cute to see the 2 dogs falling in love.
Yeah.
And I think that it is like a very silly film that if you have 90 minutes to kill, you're not looking for that big of a conflict, and you like dogs, then this is the perfect film for you to watch.
Yeah, because, it's a point I'm sure we'll get onto several times, but yeah, every conflict kind of just resolves itself in this movie.
Yeah, like when I was going through the plot again for preparing for the episode, I was like, okay, there's not like the central plot, which is the fact that he has to kind of reconnect or reunite with the dog.
Yeah.
Like it could have been solved in 10 minutes, but they keep adding a lot of things that don't really have an impact on the main conflict of the film.
No.
But like you said it, and in one of the comments from the critics say it like at the end the movie turns almost like a cartoon kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
kind of like sketches that you have, like, this is supposed to be funny, laugh, and but the main conflict is like a very simple that they kind of
resolves itself.
stretch
Yeah, and I
along the
mean,
night.
it was weird that there wasn't really like a main character. I guess Beethoven was the main character, but like he's a dog, so he's not really a character. And then all the family members had like bits in here and there, but nobody was like the main protagonist of the movie, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one who has like an arc.
No, exactly.
It's just like, hey, look at this.
Look at these
little
cute
dogs.
puppies.
Exactly. That's basically it.
Yeah.
So I think I enjoyed it more as a kid. I think
okay.
when we saw it, I was like, okay, Beethoven, come on, you can
Let's
speed
keep
it up.
moving.
But I mean, the dogs alone are like so cute.
Yeah.
And they fall, and it's like,
They have names, they have like different traits,
yeah.
and
So
they are very cute.
yeah, they're
They
very
are.
cute. And Beethoven and what's her name, Missy, is also
Female Beethoven.
female Beethoven. She Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Exactly. So, are we ready to go into the plot?
Let's do it.
So, I think we start with Beethoven. I think like it starts with the family gathered like around the kitchen table
Yep.
and they're eating, and then we see like everyone offering.
This
like,
is a bizarre way to start a film about a dog, I'll be honest.
There's a point of view. That's from the point of view
No,
of the
I don't
dog.
mind the point of view. It's the fact that this is a dream sequence.
yeah,
I thought it was
exactly.
hilarious. Because it gets more and more
What a
bizarre.
I think.
At first you think like, this is like a point of view from the dog, but then it's just
Yeah.
like, this is
Yeah.
something wrong.
Yes,
It's
exactly,
like-
because it starts with like every family member like offering some food,
Yeah.
and like it basically steak, and each piece of steak becomes larger and larger until the dad comes with like a massive
Human-sized steak.
human-sized steak,
That's
and then you
ridiculous.
realize like, okay, this is a dream. I guess that maybe you felt related to Beethoven in that way, like when you're very
I love
hungry.
eating, and it was just funny to see a man holding a giant steak. Like, I didn't expect it. I thought, Beethoven is gonna wake up. It's like, but no, it was like so bizarre, and then he woke up, and it was funny because that's probably what dogs think. They like
Maybe.
eating, and they wish they had a giant steak.
Yeah, don't we all?
Don't we
no?
all?
So well, then everyone's getting ready. Like the dad is practicing like a pitch.
Like
a pitch.
okay.
Then we see that there's like this bit where he's like outside drinking a cup of coffee, and then the newspaper boy decides to throw the newspaper, and like he thought he was playing like a major league baseball game. Like it was like
never
so
understood.
violently.
Both
I've never
times.
understood that kid. Like, what was the deal with that?
Is that a reference from the first one?
No, I think they just
Okay.
thought it
He
was
just an
funny.
asshole kid.
Yeah,
But it's also the fact that it's like it's only done twice.
yeah.
Like it's not a joke that runs throughout the whole film either.
Yeah, again, I think it's like a cartoon. Just like, here's a funny sketch for you to
Yeah.
kind of laugh.
But it should have been a part where he wins in the end of the movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
never
That's why I was
did.
like where he actually catches it. That's what I thought
Yeah.
that was building up to.
Yeah, maybe they had that scene. And then
They
They
don't
should have done,
know.
if I was the director of the movie, I would have made it so that one of the puppies catches it. And then he's like, these puppies aren't so bad after all. But I didn't write the movie.
Yeah. And then we have that the older daughter, Rice, is getting picked up by this
The most attractive.
for this
school
very
kid in the
handsome
world.
young man. I was like, hello. It's so attractive that
Yeah.
even the dad is like impressed. It's like, I've never seen such a.
But he looks like he's 20 something.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
he
what
looks
I
really
said. I'm like,
old.
you're definitely not in high school anymore, dude.
No, I mean, I guess something wrong about that.
Yeah, but probably like that daughter is not 17 or whatever age. She's-
Probably
no, she
not,
just looks
no.
younger than him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully they were
But actually,
both consensual
the
adults.
dad and the mom, I don't know, those actors have also like a really big age gap. It doesn't look like that in the movie, but I don't remember. Like the guy is much older than her, but I think they have chemistry, so you don't really notice. But
There you go.
there's a theme. There's a theme.
There's a thing. There's a theme of Beethoven. So then he picks her up, and then everyone's like, "Oh no, we're late. Sorry." So they all leave the house, and then is when we see that not little, but Beethoven sneaks out of the house and goes for
And gets the plot started.
and then walks through the park and he sees all of these couples of different species being in love. Something that I can relate to.
At which point we were both like, yeah, I know how you feel, Beethoven.
Right.
That's how the world feels.
Exactly, all these people in love, and we're all
Stupid
alone.
couples.
Exactly.
But unlike us, Beethoven finds somebody
Just like that.
very quickly.
Just like that. That's what I love. I love it's the fact there's this sort of like sad sequence where he like walks around and everywhere there's couples and he's just on his own and then he just immediately finds a girlfriend.
Yeah, they don't give you like enough time to see like, oh, this dog is suffering from loneliness. It's like, oh, it would be nice to have a girlfriend. Oh, look, a girlfriend.
A dog, just like me.
Exactly. And so like he follows this because I think he sees like the reflection
Yeah.
of her in the water. Like you kind of figured out that it is a girl because you see like a pink thing in
She
the
has a ribbon.
reflection.
So that means it's a girl.
And then when he follows her and we see like a well shot, like a wide shot of her, in case the little pink color wasn't enough, they also put a big pink bow on top of her head.
Because we wouldn't want people to think the dog was gay.
I mean, it's
We
weird.
have to know that this dog is a girl dog. So
Exactly.
what's the best thing to do? Put a pink bow on her head.
Exactly.
It was a different time.
It was 1993.
Before my
I
time.
mean,
Before
people
your
do
time,
Put, some
yeah.
people do put like stupid, silly clothes on their dogs. So I wouldn't say it's such a.
But I do think that the bow was very big. I think if it hadn't been that big, it would have been
Yeah.
less exaggerated. But whatever.
I think the
Maybe you should
colour
have put like a top hat on the Beethoven or something so we know he's a man.
Exactly. That's the thing. I feel like if we're gonna have like a pink bow on the girl dog, we need to have like a top hat or a monocle or something,
A tie.
a tie for Beethoven, just
That
so
is
we know
true.
that it's a guy.
Wait, he was a guy all the time? Oh my god! I didn't get it.
So then like the owner of the dog gets Beethoven an ice cream, but then
Dun, dun,
music change. Chan chan chan. This
dun.
is
Evil
like
music cue.
this is like a trope, I guess. In 90s film, like they have to let you know through the music that the evil
That's
guy-
good.
No. But I think it's a very.
It was very on the nose.
It was very on the nose.
The
We're very
music.
like.
But it's good because it reinforces you. You don't even have to think. Like you just watch and enjoy. And then it sounds
I guess.
like a bad guy.
I guess it's
and
like
she looks like a bad guy. And then
the music sounds
there's
like.
no
Yeah.
denying that she's the bad guy.
Yeah, I guess it's for kids. It's like very like, hey kids, here comes the evil woman
Exactly.
or whatever.
Cruella de Vil standard.
Exactly.
Also for me, I also appreciated that detail.
Good.
It really helped me along to understand the story.
Exactly. So then we see Regina and Floyd. They walk up to where Missy and Brillo, her owner, is. And we get to know that Regina is the soon-to-be ex-wife of Brillo and that basically she's holding Missy hostage until he pays $50,000.
That's so
Which is weird.
Like,
It's a yeah.
it's a strange plot just
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But I was like, come on, like there has to be another solution to this problem. Like, I don't know, lawyers or whatever, or,
Yeah.
like, police. But no,
Yeah, right?
somehow
I
he has
don't
to
know,
pay
it's
her
weird.
like a lot of money
Yeah.
to get his dog back. And I mean, I don't know, like
Yeah, and like it's like the divorce settlement. She has like full custody of the dog. It's I mean it's like a very thing that they came up with just to
Yeah.
justify why she's
Yeah.
holding this dog hostage. But anyway, she takes her And yeah, Beethoven is left heartbroken.
Yep. But he chases after
But
her.
she,
Left
unlike
with
like
blue
us,
balls.
that we give up this very easily.
We let our emotional insecurity get us down.
Exactly. He does wrong for.
Well, see, no, in a human context, that would be considered stalking.
Yeah, probably in a
Why?
dog stalking in a dog world.
No, because
doesn't-
he's worried about her.
it's
She's
just
been
a-
kidnapped.
I'm kid.
No, I
Okay,
just
it's
thought
a
maybe
joke.
I thought you didn't understand the movie.
No,
Yes, too complicated.
she's kidding.
I'm kidding.
He runs after Missy and finds the condo where they are staying, and basically convinces her, I guess, like, "Hey, baby, come on, let's run into the sunset together." And then she jumps to the balcony, and they run off and have like dates in which they steal food, they go to the movies, and yeah, they fall in love.
Yep.
We also like back to the family. We see that I guess this very handsome man drives Rise, the older daughter, back home, and he says like, "Hey,"
The creepiest guy ever.
exactly,
I know,
like,
right?
"Hey, I was wondering something the other day. Oh, what is it? I was wondering, have you ever been kissed?" And then he kisses her.
Does that work? I mean,
No one has ever tried that on me, so I don't know. I wouldn't know what to tell you. Yeah, so like the last time that we saw Beethoven was where he having a date with Missy, and then we have 10 weeks later, and Ted and Emily, who are the other kids of the family, find that like discover that Beethoven is sneaking out, so they follow him until the garage of this condo where Missy lives, and in the cellar they discovered not only Missy but 4 beautiful puppies. Yeah.
so fluffy and chubby.
They're enormous as well.
Yeah, very, very, very.
I mean, yeah. But
yeah.
I think they couldn't just pick like newborn puppies, like right out
Yeah.
of the womb, just put them in a movie.
Yeah, and then like we hear that the Missy has been missing, and then Regina and Floyd are looking for her, but just like that, the janitor comes and says, "Hey, I've seen your dog. It's in the cellar." So Regina comes down, and like the puppies come out also, so she discovers that Missy has these babies.
She hates dogs.
and
She's
she
like
hates
the
dogs,
worst-
Yeah.
She's the most evil person in the planet. Like it's
Exactly.
comedic how like she says, "Yeah, just drown them. I don't
Exactly,
care."
because she takes Missy, and then the janitor's like, "Hey, what are we gonna
What
do
are we
with all
gonna
the
do?"
puppies?" And then she's like, "I don't care. Drown them for all I care." but then the janitor says like, "Hey, those purebred dogs are worth a fortune. You
Now,
can."
why would you not keep that to yourself?
That's what I also thought.
Yeah, was he like a henchman of her or something? Like,
no,
why
I
was he
think
like helping?
he was just
Like,
sim-
if you know
sim-
that and she doesn't care about the
I would have
dogs,
been like, "Yeah,
take
I'm
the
gonna
dogs.
drown them. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what I also thought. Like, okay, why didn't you just keep the puppies and sold them yourself? But whatever. The
plot
movie
needs
says
this.
that.
This is what the plot needs to happen.
Exactly. So it happens. So, like she kind of thinks it over. So like, oh, more money. So she goes back to pick up the puppies, but Ted and Emily, the other 2 kids, have already taken them, and they kind of like she runs into them, and they kind of like try to like distract her by saying that we're
Selling
selling
chocolate bars."
chocolate, $11 chocolate bars.
I know, because I was thinking, like, how are they gonna? Okay, she might actually want some chocolate bars.
Yeah.
This is not a good
I
plan.
know I would.
I would.
I didn't understand why they offered her chocolate, because she wasn't like, "What's in the bag?" Chocolate. No, she didn't even ask. They just kind of
Wow.
said it for no reason, and then she asked like, "Oh, okay, let me have one," and then they made up
That's
like
what I mean.
$11. No,
I guess that in terms of the script, they needed her to have like a more lasting impression of the kids, so that
yeah.
she could remember them when eventually runs into them again.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh yeah, this is definitely what would happen. Like you could just pass and everything. But whatever.
Yeah, it's
So she noticed when she doesn't find the dogs, then she kind of like, she kind of figures it out that that these kids took the dogs and said, "Oh, I'll have my revenge."
I'll get those puppies. If it's the last thing I do.
It is so funny because it's like there's a movie like 101 Dalmatians where the villain is also a crazy woman who wants to kill dogs.
Cruella, yeah.
But she's at least has a motivation, kind
Yeah.
of. Like you see, because she really loves furs, like fur coats, and she's crazy. But this one is like, yeah, she just wants money. Because money. And that's it.
I mean, money is good.
Money's a good
Yeah,
motivation.
but like, I mean, they're not that expensive like the dogs, the puppies.
I don't know how much San Bernard's
I don't know
puppies are.
But
But whatever. The thing is that they take the puppies home and they kind of like tell the older sister, "Hey, look, he had babies," and they kind of like called a vet, and the vet tells them, "Oh, you need to feed them 1,000,000,000 times a day."
Also, this is a point in the story where you have to ask yourself, so the dad didn't, from what I can understand, didn't really want Beethoven to begin with. I'm guessing
No.
that's the story of the first one.
yeah,
Why did he not have him sterilized?
because it's a kids movie. Now I don't know.
Just like, that is the responsible thing to do as a responsible dog owner. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, was it that a thing in the 90s to be a responsible dog owner?
No.
No, but I mean, you wouldn't want to get into
Also,
that kind of a situation, would you?
That wouldn't be very good for a sequel.
Exactly. We had that scene where, yeah,
Exactly. Oh gosh.
where he gets neutered.
Exactly.
Chop.
So then they say, okay, we have to take turns to take care of this puppy. So they all have like a plan, like a schedule to feed the puppies.
What a bunch of responsible kids.
It was strange. I thought like it was weird that the older sister was so into that. I thought she was gonna be like, no, like I have to date this guy or something. Like
That goes
that's
to
what
show
a
you.
teenager would do. Like, but no, she's
I
like.
think if I had a bunch of cute puppies in my
Aw.
cellar.
I think you could
But
do
you have
both.
like a hot guy who's like right there, like the hormones.
Why are the
come
two?
on.
Why the?
I would fuck these dogs. Like,
Why?
No, don't fuck the dogs.
Like, but why? Why does it have to be either? Why is it an either-or situation?
I don't know. It's weird. I thought like teenagers are.
No, I think she's like good-hearted, and is an older sister, so she has to
Yeah.
kind of like take the lead on the whole thing. And then we have like a montage of them taking care of the puppies and blah 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 until the puppies basically learn to eat by themselves. But eventually, the mom finds out, and they try to keep it a secret from the dad as well.
That's like an awkward conversation because she's
Ah,
they're
yeah,
gonna talk
yeah.
about like she thinks of course that she's dating this guy and going
Mm-hmm.
out with him and stuff, and then no, she tells her like, no, we just have puppies in the basement. It's like, oh.
That's disappointing.
Exactly.
So well, they try to hide it from the dad, but then the dad finds out also, and he freaks out because, oh my god, how am I gonna be able to support not 4 but 5 dogs and whatever? And then they pull out this like very cheap manipulation that would never work on real
No.
parents. Like, oh, was it a burden? Was it a burden when I was
yeah.
born? No.
Yes.
Exactly, like yes.
Yes, it
Do
was.
you want the honest answer? Yes.
Yes.
You were the worst mistake that you and your dad and
You
your
think
mom.
having kids is easy? Of course it's not. Okay.
Exactly. But yeah,
Yeah.
then they basically manipulate him into agreeing to take care of the dogs until they.
I know. Until what?
Whatever.
It's like,
until
no, you should just give the dogs away now before you become too attached to them.
No. Well,
what
well.
a weak dad. It's
No,
like
right?
just-
And the mom as well, that she just lets it happen.
yeah, she doesn't. She feels
just sits
she's
there.
not responsible. She's like, whatever. It's not my problem.
It's like, are you going to be responsible for having 5 enormous Bernhardiner dogs?
Even having one of those dogs must be
Exactly.
like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Only Beethoven is like
like
a
the dad
Jesus.
is right. Like,
Yeah.
how many?
Totally.
5? 4?
5 dogs in total.
5, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Beethoven doesn't even pull his own weight. He's like, you're the dad here. We're taking care of your kids, Beethoven. Use protection next time.
Exactly.
But to on Beethoven's defense, like real dogs don't really take care of their children, like male dogs. So I mean, it was at least realistic in that sense.
I'm just saying, it's just like he goes around, he messes about, then he produces 5 puppies, and then the kids have to look after the puppies, and he does absolutely nothing
like a
except
real
chase
dog.
after chase after the girlfriend again.
Yeah, that's what dogs do. They're horrible.
Oh god. But well, then in a kind of like a new direction that the movie takes, the family gets invited to this lake house, I guess for the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And then while they get there, they go with the dogs. The older daughter meets this cool rock and roll guy named Seth, who seems to like her, and she also kind of likes him. But of course, she like coincidentally the same guy, Taylor, the gorgeous guy.
This was the other thing. So
I didn't get like, why is he there?
exactly, like everyone from school seems to be there.
Because
I thought-
everyone
I
in
thought
the
I missed
movie,
something.
Everyone in the
is in
movie is
this
just
place.
there.
Yeah, like I thought I missed something when I watched the movie. I thought like,
This is
maybe-
where I wrote down a lot of happy coincidences.
And this
happening.
guy is like always with different women, like with different girls all the time.
Exactly.
It's clearly
Yeah.
like having like dates or whatever with
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And she's like still into him for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
Because there's one bit where she's with a friend and then she sees him in the hallway flirting with a girl and
But
she's like,
yeah.
but I heard that he really likes you though. So she's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Like, come on, like the guy's like literally with his arm
I
like
know,
over
right?
her, like yeah, like come
Hey,
to
look
my
at me.
place later tonight or something. And then in this other shot, he's like swimming with like 3 bikini wearing girls. And,
Yeah.
and
Throwing
and she
them
like
off into the
grabs one of them
water.
and throws her in the water. And, like I don't know, like I mean, how naive
Yeah.
can you be? Like
no, like because I thought that after that scene, because like he meets this guy Seth, and she asks him to take her to where this handsome guy is, and that's when when she sees that he's flirting also with 3 girls.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, like because she doesn't say anything, she's like, oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
thought
then
she
she
was
goes
gonna be
back.
broken-hearted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
also
oh.
thought so. But then when she goes back to her home, she asks, Mom, have you ever been in love with 2 guys at
Yeah.
the same time? Like, come on, girl.
You just met the other guy, literally.
I know.
And the other guy is like an asshole.
I
and,
know,
like,
right?
Exactly.
Teenage romance.
I know. Well, whatever. One night, then Bryce is walking Beethoven, and again, coincidentally, ends up by the house of the very handsome young man
Who was having a party?
who's having a party.
This is the best thing of the movie. I mean, the ending of this sequence is one of the greatest moments in cinema history. And we're just gonna go through it.
Yeah, but it's like it takes a very kind of dark turn.
Oh yeah, but then the
For a minute.
conclusion, like
The
it's
conclusion is amazing. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
something
But
you
yeah,
don't
sorry.
see every day.
Yeah, exactly, because like he invites her to the party, and everyone, like, drunk teenagers are like, oh, you want to drink? And she's
You're
like,
gonna drink
no.
some beer. It's drinking time. Yeah, they're all
Exactly.
like completely stereotypical like
Frat
party
boys,
dudes.
yeah, exactly. And she's like, no, I just want some water. I'm like, why? I just lame. And it's like, come on, guys. If she doesn't want to drink, she doesn't want to drink. It's
There's
what-
one guy that literally says like, "What time it is?" And it's like, "It's drinking time." Like literally, they drink beer.
Exactly. And then he says like, hey, I want to show you a beautiful view. And then he takes her to
And
see
why
this-
is he like, "Okay,
yeah.
sure"?
But the thing is that like
And she's
like,
tied Beethoven.
Yeah, she
Up,
ties
down.
Beethoven to the post
Yeah.
that's holding the balcony of the house. And he's like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
important.
and the drunken dudes are like, oh, let's throw beer at him. Look at the dog.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she goes up and sees this beautiful view, which is just darkness and
Yeah.
the moon.
And the guy just locks the door. Hey, what the fuck?
like, oh my
my
God.
god, this guy's a rapist.
Exactly. And then
Shit.
he kisses her and wants to go further, but she says like, oh, it's okay. I want to go downstairs. And then she notices that he locked the door. He's like, what happened to the door? And I don't know what it is that he says.
No, it's just like, you're gonna have an experience you're never gonna forget.
Something like
God.
that.
The
Yeah.
creepiest just lining the planet. This guy's like a complete psychopath. Like,
Exactly.
what
And
the fuck?
It's like, oh my
I
god,
thought
this,
it was a
this
kids
took a very,
movie.
I know, right? This
so
took
you're
a
gonna
very
be
dark
like,
turn.
right? It's like, what?
Then, as usual, it's just immediately resolved.
No, I
Exactly.
think that's the funniest thing. Like Beethoven, I think somehow can sense that she's in danger. Starts like pulling on the chain, and like he literally like breaks the pole that's holding the balcony. That's probably like I
Yeah.
don't know. You need a truck to do that. But no, he destroys it, and everyone that's on the balcony falls on the lake, including the guy, and he just does the weirdest scream in the planet. It's like.
and the biggest fall. Like
Yeah,
it's like
it does like a flip and falls from
Exactly.
the
That's one
water.
of my favorite things about this film. There are some great falls in this movie. People fall so well.
But they put this weird, really strange, like shouting, like this like library sound effect from whatever movie when he screams, and it's just this funniest thing in the planet. And yeah, then she's not even like scared or anything.
No,
she's like,
she's like,
hey, you're not.
thanks for
hot
the
guy.
good time
Cool
or whatever.
party.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Beethoven saves the day.
Exactly. And then after that, we also discovered that, again, coincidentally, Regina and Floyd are staying somewhere also in that area.
What is it with that area?
Yeah, that's the place to spend
Exactly.
the 4th of July weekend. And then the family goes to a county fair where for some reason they signed George and Beethoven up for a burger eating contest.
Like it just happens to be like
A dog owner.
a dog owner eating.
But that's funny. I thought. Because he already had food, so he's like full.
Ah, exactly.
Then
exactly,
he's
the
like,
dad,
oh, like,
yeah.
come on, Dad, you can do it. And he's like, no, I'm
And then
not hungry.
these kids from behind just
Yeah.
start bullying him.
They
Like,
start-
oh, what a loser!
Yeah. What a wimp! I bet he can't eat like a single burger. And then for some reason,
Stupid dog.
he's like, oh, like, come on, Beethoven, let's show these guys. And they start
And then he
eating.
just plays in double speed. I love
But
it.
yeah, it's so ridiculous. But like, that's
I was just like, there's just everyone's either. I wrote down everyone's either horny or they're a bully in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
so
yeah.
many people that just out of nowhere just start bullying these kids.
Yeah. And we also have like this storyline with the kid who
With the
likes
son.
this girl, but the girl doesn't like him back because he's too short.
I mean, in defense, like that happens. That happens to short men all around the world. It's a problem.
You wouldn't know, of course, would you?
No, I wouldn't know.
But yeah, then they win the contest, and yeah, everyone's happy. But of course, not only are Regina and Floyd in the same area, they are in the county fair
Of course.
At the very same time.
at the very same time
they're walking around with those puppies.
with the puppies, and Regina sees then Ted and Emily and obviously recognizes them and steals the puppies from them. And almost at the same time, Beethoven has found Missy that they have left in the backseat of their car.
Yeah.
And they just run off into the sunset together again
Forgetting about their kids.
in an exercise of very bad parenting again. And then Floyd, when she sees the kids, she kind of tells Floyd, who is her boyfriend, hey, go check on Missy because I have a feeling. And then when he goes, of course, he sees that the dog is gone. So he and Regina go after Beethoven and Missy.
Yep.
And then Ted and Emily go and tell George that this woman stole their puppies. And they also go.
But that's another scene. Sorry, that's another scene that doesn't make sense. Like, why suddenly the dad so invested in saving the puppies? Shouldn't he be happy that there's no more puppies?
I don't think he
No.
was. I mean, it wasn't like he didn't care about the puppies. He was just sort of like having 5 dogs is a lot.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
but now he's like, no, let's go save these dogs.
But
Like,
I don't think any parent would say like, oh well, bad luck,
Sucks to
kid.
be you.
no, but like, come on. Like, I mean, yeah?
Like if you were like a parent and you find out that some woman basically just literally just took like the puppies of your kids just out
But
of
I
their
love
hand and just
dogs.
walked
Like
off
I'm a
with them.
dog person. Yeah, sure, but he's
But-
not a dog person.
But
He
I don't
doesn't
think
care
he.
about
I
dogs.
think his fatherly love is bigger than his dislike for this
Yeah.
kid, for
Yeah.
these puppies.
He's not callous. Like he wouldn't-
Exactly,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought his enthusiasm was kind of like it would have been realistic. He would have been more like, fuck, okay, let's go save these dogs. Than like, yeah, I'm a hero. Like now I love these dogs and I would risk my life for them.
I don't think he ever says something like, I love these dogs. He says like, what kind of woman steals
Yeah, exactly.
puppies from two kids? So I
Yeah.
think he's like more outraged that this even happened, I
Yeah,
would say.
exactly.
But still, I feel his reaction should have been like, oh well, kids,
That's
things
life.
happen in life. Oh, I'm really sorry about these
Sometimes you get what
puppies.
you want, and then it's taken away, and you got to live with it.
Exactly. You can always get what you want.
Yeah.
So well, they go through the mountains, and for some reason they decide to touch some poop that they find on the road.
This was the strangest
figure
bit.
out.
of this whole movie. I was like, why are you touching poo?
Maybe-
What is it going to tell you?
Maybe it's better not to know. There's somebody
Oh
writing.
yeah, if we can tell how warm it is, then we'll know how far away they are. It still won't tell you what direction they
Exactly.
went in. That's
I
just
guess somebody
weird.
had like weird fetish or something.
I think they thought it was gonna be like
A funny moment.
funny
but it
moment
doesn't
for-
really.
yeah.
Poo humor.
poop
Yeah.
humor,
It's
toilet
funny.
humor.
You have to touch
Exactly.
the dog poop.
Exactly. Well, they eventually catch up with Regina and Floyd, who have also discovered Beethoven and Missy. And they for some reason they thought that they could handle 6 different dogs all by themselves.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then they're just sort of like, oh, just give me the puppies or whatever. And it's like going up against this enormous Bernhardiner dog.
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
It's like, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But well, then it's like the final battle.
Showdown.
Showdown is a better word. Yes. And then Floyd threatens with throwing one of the
No.
puppies off the cliff.
That's sad.
But Beethoven does something to avoid it. I think like he threatens something. I don't know. Somehow they
No. So first, like, because the Floyd has like a big stick in his hand, and then so he like punches the dad in the stomach with it, and then I think Beethoven takes like the other end of the stick and like
Oh yeah,
punches.
I think he hits him in the
push it-
balls
yeah,
or something,
exactly.
or pushes him.
and pushes him backwards, and then
And that's the
Floyd.
funniest, another funny scene of the movie because he's like, "Oh, I'm falling off the cliff," and he grabs onto Regina, and they both fall. And I was thinking, like, "Oh my god! Like if this is a reality, they would have died. And the family would have been like, "Oh my god, shit! Oh, what did we
we're
do?
guilty of
We're
murder."
guilty of murder!
Oh my
like,
god, they could get us for manslaughter.
what are we gonna tell the
Jesus.
police? We're gonna hide the
Okay,
bodies."
kids, let's just never speak of this
Yeah.
again. Okay, no one needs to know.
Dad, you just killed that man.
Yeah,
George,
that's,
what have you done?
that is the Adult Swim version.
Exactly,
Of the movie.
But luckily we're in a cartoon world. We're like, oh no, and they fall like 20 meters
Like
or
a
something
massive mud.
into,
pool, yeah.
into
Yeah.
mud, and everyone's like,
Mud,
oh, do you guys need help?
Yeah, exactly. Because the family is still like, oh, wait for help. We're gonna get you a rope, and they're like, don't even try. They're evil for
They
evil's
became
sake.
evil
Yeah.
henchmen from movies, like,
Exactly.
from cartoons.
Exactly, and then they get swept away by the river.
And that's another thing. Like
And then I
in,
lo- yeah,
in
sorry.
real life, they would have drowned. Like that rivers are pretty dangerous, but no, they just go. To
I know,
whatever.
they just get swept away and the problem is gone. Everything has resolved itself. They don't come back another time and try and take the dogs.
Exactly.
Yeah, they probably learned their lesson, I guess, if they survived. Like,
Well, we find out at the end,
the-
don't we? From like the husband brings
Alright.
Missy round, and then he says, "Oh yeah, I got I think the divorce settlement or something."
Yeah,
or
everything
she-
is settled.
Everything's
Everything is
worked out.
resolved,
they learned their lesson.
basically. Like, yeah, everything worked
Everything-
out very, very easily.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then like he's like, oh well, Missy's here. Can she see the little puppies? And they're like, yeah, of course. So they all call them. They don't come down until Beethoven like barks, and then like everything starts to shake.
Yeah.
And then we see that the puppies are grown. I mean, they're not as big as Beethoven, but they're quite big.
Yeah.
And they come down the stairs and with nice music.
Yep.
And then they all
End of story.
end of the story.
There's also a nightmare scene where the dad wakes up and it's like a billion dogs.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I thought for a second that was gonna be real. Like, did they have so many puppies? No, but
Yeah,
then
no,
it was like a callback to the earlier nightmare
yeah.
dream
Yeah.
from Beethoven.
Yeah. I would also like to shout out my favorite shot from the movie, which is, I can't remember in what context it was. That is like a close up of Beethoven lying on the floor, and you just have like, it's like he's putting his paw in front of his eyes, but it's just like two very clearly fake paws.
Yeah. Oh.
Just closing his eyes.
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's
was
hilarious.
when the daughter asks the mama, "How did you made up your mind in which two of the guys?"
that's
And
right.
then the dad is like dancing,
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
good scene.
and then
That's right.
and then the dog is like, "Oh my god."
That was
That was
ridiculous.
ridiculous. That
Like,
was great. Just two fake paws.
can dogs even do this? Like, I don't think they can.
Well, that's probably why they needed the fake paws.
Like, can't even like turn their hands like this.
Oh my god.
Exactly, and that is Beethoven. Beethoven's second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am curious to know how many puppies would you give Beethoven?
10 puppies.
How many?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 puppies.
Everyone should
Okay.
It cured the cancer that Underdog gave me. Gave me happiness. I laughed. I was enjoying it. Maybe 9 because at the end the movie becomes way too ridiculous and it kind of lost me for a bit. But
man.
I enjoyed it. I think it's fun and I love puppies.
Yeah, puppies are cute. What about you, Hazel?
I'm gonna give it a lower rating,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you hate puppies? Are you a puppy hater? What's wrong with you?
I'm just trying. I'm basing it, to be honest. Like it's a cute film, and I did laugh a lot in quite a few places. But at the same time, I also have to judge it on rewatchability. I don't know if I'd rewatch this film
Oh, I would.
that often.
Especially for that balcony scene. That was great.
So I think, I'll give it 7.
Okay.
7
okay.
puppies. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would also give it 7 puppies because, like I said, I really loved it when I was a kid. I do think that the pace, like when we saw it, it was like, okay, let's move things along.
Yeah, you sort of wonder, okay, where is this going? Like, I thought this was going to be about finding the mum again.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Missy again.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it takes a long time to get back round to that.
Yeah. But I think it's
Oh, that's another. I'd like to call out another moment where, at which point I wrote down subtlety is non-existent in this movie. Where I can't remember exactly the context, what it was, and they're having this discussion. They're like, "Yeah, it must be really awful to be all on your own and separated from the person you love, right, Beethoven?"
I think it's in the same scene.
Yeah. When the parents are like, "Oh yeah, we didn't see each other for years or something."
No, it's not the same scene. Like it's when the dad and the older daughter are like in the kitchen having
At night,
hot
yeah.
cocoa
Yeah, and Beethoven just stares
at the moon.
at the moon. Sadly.
Exactly.
But that was a good scene. That was a cute scene because he is sad.
I understand that. It's just it was just the way it was. Yeah, it must be terrible, mustn't it? To
But that's the thing. Like I get it because for an adult it may seem very obvious. But I
Yeah.
think going back to Underdog, Underdog does the opposite thing where they don't explain anything. They just assume that kids don't care about anything, so they just like whatever. Let's just put a lot of effects and dogs, flying dogs or whatever. But here they do take the effort to put explanations, even if they're really stupid, like this whole like scam money thing, whatever. But at least they explain it. They try to explain it with something, and that's what made me happy because it's like, yeah, at least they tried. At least they put like an explanation, or for a kid maybe it's not that obvious that he's sad because he's away from the other dog, and they give you these little hints.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a better script. I think it's a little bit at least a better justified, better thought.
I hate Underdog. I hate it.
But yeah, I think that I don't know if kids would like it nowadays. I think probably.
I think yes. I think definitely
Yeah, I would
this
think so.
movie, also the first one, are are good. I mean, they're like family movies.
They're family movies,
And
exactly.
they're kind of timeless because it's this cliche. I mean, the typical the family has to take care of a big dog, and like the dad doesn't want to take care of it, but then the dog shows that he's a good pet, and then everyone's happy.
Yeah.
And everyone loves big dogs. And if you don't, then I don't know. You should go to the psychiatrist.
Good. Well, so I brought to you a couple of fun facts about Beethoven's second. Well, they require more than 100 smooth and rough-coated San Bernard puppies.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the whole time.
How many?
More than 100.
Jesus.
Yeah, because they last like one day, and then the next day they're like bigger.
They're like the gremlins.
No, literally, like
You feed them after
insane.
midnight and they
One
just
week
grow.
later, the dog is gonna be bigger. Like it's insane how fast they grow.
Yeah.
Missy was played by 3 adult short-haired dogs,
Okay.
while Beethoven was played by 2 long-haired ones, although only the dog who created the role in the first film is credited.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah. that's
Because
the
they
thing.
only named like
Beethoven owned and
yeah.
trained by so and so.
Exactly. But also, there was, I'm guessing for that scene, a mechanical dog was used, a dog's head.
No, the mechanical dog was for a different scene, and I noticed it was I don't remember, but it was very fake. But
Yeah.
it wasn't that scene.
A dog's head for specific facial expressions, and a man in a dog suit was also used to play
Interesting.
Beethoven.
For what?
Maybe they deleted sex scene.
And they were doing a doggy style.
Exactly, doggy style.
Oh,
I couldn't get Beethoven to perform.
he was too nervous.
Exactly.
Camera
They're like,
shy.
okay, bring in Derek.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I know you love this theme song, "The Day I Fall in Love,"
I mean, the music. Come
which
on.
was performed.
I liked it.
It was performed by James Ingram, who I don't know. I'm sorry, James, and Dolly Parton.
Oh, okay.
And the film was nominated. The song was nominated for an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and a Grammy Award.
It's a good song.
Wow.
Actually, I liked it. Yeah.
The day I fall in love.
Although it was like too romantic
It was
for
very.
this movie.
That
Yeah.
was the
Like-
thing. I think it just the musical choices,
I
just in
skipped-
terms of the matching it to.
To the dog.
to
I
their
think it-
creepy rapist guy. I was like thinking like, who is this movie? I guess it's about like Beethoven, but did he really fall in love with that dog? Do dogs even fall in love?
Exactly. Does anyone really?
Do people
fall in
even
love?
fall in love?
What is love?
My money is on no. No, I'm kidding. Last but not least, the film was not well received by film critics,
Idiots.
but it did receive acclaim by audiences. So
Oh,
what do the
okay.
critics
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
But this was the last theatrical release of the franchise.
Did it do well at the box office?
I think it did well, but then the other ones were. Yeah, the film grossed more than 118 millions at the box office.
It's crazy to think how different movies, like successful movies, were back then. Like nobody would go to see a dog movie today. Like, not like I mean, maybe it was
Yeah.
like an animated dog movie, but no, back then people did like that. Go to see a movie about a dog.
Yeah. But there are like different other Beethoven, like the ones that you see, but those were straight to video. Like they didn't expect, I mean, the idea was to do just Beethoven 1,
Yeah.
but it was so successful that they, of course, had to milk that cow.
Yep.
So, and there you go. I also, it's funny that because you mentioned before 101 Dalmatians, and I found like a few similarities. I think like the whole thing with the villains and they falling
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's very
that's
similar
right, yeah.
to how Cruella de Vil ends in the
Yeah, she also is like she also has like two dumb henchmen or like this the same guy. They're just like
Yeah.
ordering him around. She also is crazy and wants to kill puppies.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I found it funny that it has a lot of similarities with
Yeah.
Wild Dalmatians, which is a great film. I would say
Which one?
the original one. The
Oh,
original
okay.
one. Yeah, I thought it was a really fun film
Yeah.
with Dr. House and Glenn Close, Jeff Daniels. Great cast. And yes, so that was Beethoven's second. That was it for our theme of films with animals.
We got through it.
We got through it. We survived.
I was disappointed at the lack of variety in the animals. I was expecting some kangaroo
Yeah.
movies or something.
I mean, there's
bird
like
movies.
there's like this film, Kangaroo Jack.
But I think the kangaroo is barely in the movie.
Ah, okay.
I saw it as a kid.
Yeah.
And it's just the weirdest thing, like that movie.
I remember seeing it and but don't remember anything. So
It's not really about the kangaroo. I don't know what the hell it was with that movie. It's weird, strange time. But yeah, that's what.
If someone had mentioned cats and dogs to me, I would have picked that one because I watched that one.
But that's the thing.
a
I
lot
think we
as
all
well.
watched it.
that's the
probably
thing.
yeah.
That was a classic.
There we
Yeah.
go. I don't feel as bad anymore.
yeah.
There's like some horse movies, some pig movies, like
Oh
Babe,
God,
Babe,
Charlotte.
yeah.
Oh God, Charlotte's
Charlotte's
Web.
Web. I haven't seen Charlotte's
I
Web.
haven't seen that.
Ah,
Next
devastating.
time. Next time.
I remember I listened to that. Well, I didn't watch the film as much, but I listened to like the CD, like the audio CD, so many times as a kid. But it's just like it's just Charlotte.
Aw.
Well, maybe next time.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah,
There
that's
you
true.
go.
Oh man, I haven't thought about that movie in a while.
Well, that was it
That was
then.
quite a sad note to end on. I'm sorry. I was like, no, Charlotte. Why?
Rest in peace, Sharon.
Why?
So yeah, thank you so much, both of you, for enduring through not only Beethoven's second, but Underdog and Free Willy.
It wasn't that bad.
It was. Oh my God. Underdog.
Remember, please, to follow us on Instagram at elevatorpitch_pod. We're trying to to post a lot of content. Someday we're gonna get to have a picture of Andres naked.
Yeah.
Um,
See, we can say this stuff because you're not.
I look better with clothes on.
We'll have to trust you. Well, we won't know until we know, do we? We need proof
we'll
of
be
that.
the judges of
We'll
that.
be the judges
Oh
of that.
my God.
But in the meantime, enjoy some behind the scenes, some cool pictures that we made for you. And tune in next week when we have another episode of Binge Week when Andres stays home.
Chills.
Chills. And Hazel and I go through The Sopranos.
Season 2.
Season 2 of The Sopranos. So thank you so much for everyone for listening. Thank you, Hazel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andres.
Thank you.
And yeah, I hope you listen to us next week. Bye.
I hate Underdog.
If you like this episode, why not hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode? And if that's still not enough, you can follow us on Instagram at elevatorpitch_pod to stay up to date with all the latest news.